Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Roman Reigns squares off against Brock Lesnar in the main event of WWE WrestleMania, a two-day event that airs tonight and tomorrow night on Peacock. I spoke with Reigns back in 2015 when he main evented his first WrestleMania against, guess who, Brock Lesnar. I'm here with Roman Reigns, who will be in the main event fighting Brock Lesnar for the title this Sunday at WrestleMania. Roman, thanks for joining us on WTOP.
Oh, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Before we get to Mania, which is this Sunday, in order for you to get here, you had to win the Royal Rumble, right? What was that like?
That was awesome. It, the very first time, that I knew I was going to be in the Rumble, I was so excited. I had a great showing, ended up breaking the elimination record, taking that from Kane, and being in the final two. So just that moment was just awesome to be a part of it. And then this year, I came in with an even bigger chip on my shoulder, trying to prove that I could seal the deal. So to be able to win it is something, I think a lot of kids dream of. It's such a special pay-per-view. It's such a special match. And to be able to say that I won the Royal Rumble match and I'm going on to main event WrestleMania was just a dream come true. Absolute awesome moment.
Now, a lot of times, wrestlers in the past, they've used that Rumble win to springboard themselves to a WrestleMania win for the whole shebang, for the title. Shawn Michaels has done it. Stone Cold did it that way. Do you feel that momentum, like this could be your year?
I definitely think that, and for me, this could be the only year. This could be the only opportunity I ever have to main event WrestleMania and to fight for the WWE Championship. So for me, it's been a different road than all those guys had to take. I had to, defend my number one contendership against Daniel Bryan at Fastlane, and I was able to thank God, do it successfully. And which put me back on track to headline WrestleMania. So I've had a couple little speed bumps to get past. Well, let's not say little. They were, very, very big speed bumps, fighting a great competitor like Daniel Bryan. But, I'm back to where I know I should be, and I'm focused.
Now, you'll be going up against Brock, who we all remember ended Undertaker's streak at 21-0 last year. He finally beat him. He's got to have tons of momentum coming off of that memorable match last year. What's it going to take to beat this guy? This guy's a beast.
Yeah, and from there, he's been able to do so much. He decimated John Cena, took that WWE Championship, and he's defended it successfully every time that he stepped in the ring and had to do so. So for me, it's going to be a level of fight that I have to bring to him that's going to shock him, that he's not prepared for. And that was my hope last night. Being in the ring with him, snatching that title from him, and letting him know that I'm willing to do things that no other man has done. I'm willing to go places and push myself and whatever I have to do. I'm going into this and knowing this could be my only opportunity. And as a young man, when you have, that circumstance, riding on your shoulders, the majority of the time you're going to do everything you can to get it done. And that's where I'm at, bringing a fight to Brock Lesnar that he's never seen before. And, hopefully he can't recover, adjust, or re-strategize. Hopefully it's far too late, and the momentum is just riding too strong with me.
Absolutely, lay it all out there. Now, these big matches, I remember, when Rock took on Hogan, they can kind of split fan loyalties. Sometimes, who you think the faces and the heels are going to be going in. It's something you never know when you get the audience. Are you prepared for whatever the crowd gives you?
The crowd can do anything they want. That's, I perform, 5 to 6 times a week. I deal with a different crowd every single night. I've heard plenty of cheers in one night. I've heard mixed reactions in one night, and I've heard loud boos in one night. So for me as a performer, it just keeps me on my toes, and I think it's made me a lot better. It's really added a different element to, my performance and the things to expect and the things to be ready for. But for me, it could be completely quiet in there. My goal is to win the WWE Championship, the most coveted title in the world, and that's my goal. I'm not going to let anybody stand in my way. I never have, and I'm not going to start now. So for me, I'm completely tunnel vision on Brock Lesnar and dethroning him.
Nice. Do you have a favorite WrestleMania memory, either, growing up watching it?
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, a lot of people, they immediately go to the Hogan Andre the Giant match. The body slam of the Giant.
Yeah,
and
WrestleMania
then,
3.
Yeah, and in the same pay-per-view, the same WrestleMania, the Macho Man Steamboat match, which was just before its time. I think you see. I think that structure of match and the way they did things kind of set the tone for the way you see wrestling nowadays. That run and gun, hard hitting pace. That just stay on the tip of your toes. You never know what's going to happen. Style match. And I think that's where we're at now. So I think that was huge. But for me, the Caesar Palace WrestleMania was, just one of the coolest ones of all time to me.
Do you have a favorite wrestler?
Well, being from, my family, I've always supported and, been a bit biased just, because of blood ties. But, been a big fan of everything that my family has been able to do and accomplish. But, growing up as a little guy, I was a Bret the Hitman Hart guy, kid all the way. Just so into what he was doing, his message. Wanted to just be one of those kids in the front row that got the glasses from him. That seemed like the coolest thing in the world to me.
And the sharpshooter, man. You can't beat the sharpshooter.
Yeah, well, and everything else that came with him. He knew just about every wrestling move in the book and every type of hold, and just such a technical, smart wrestler. And yeah, like you said, that sharpshooter, if there's something that he could do, he could tie you up in a pretzel real quick.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we had the Uso twins in here a couple weeks ago. They're related to you, right?
Yeah. Those are my second cousins. I grew up with them. I think we first met when we were 4 or 5, and we lived just blocks away, and I may have spent more time in their house than my own.
Yeah, they said you guys busted up tables and stuff. Were you ever over there for some, some physicality there as kids?
Oh man, let me tell you something. We used to have wrestling matches that would go like the whole day. Like we would start in the den, and then we'd move into the family room and get yelled at to get out of there, and then we'd fight through the kitchen all the way out to the outside. Into the pool, and once you get in the pool, then you can then we all become high flyers, whatever.
Well, you got the diving board, yeah,
and then when you're in the water, you're weightless, so you can do I think I was some sort of backflip artist. Once we got to the pool, I was like Adrian Neville, a guy we have down in NXT, who, one of the best flyers in the world at this point, and just thinking I could do all this, crazy acrobatic stuff. But yeah, we were no strangers to physicality and breaking stuff and getting into a little bit of trouble, from our wrestling matches.
And when you're on the diving board, that gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, the splash, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're literally the snooker splash.
That's a 100% splash. Yeah, you can't have a realer splash than doing it into a pool.
Well, hey, good luck this Sunday at WrestleMania. Will there be, I know it's going to be insane when you come through that curtain and you hear that crowd go off. What's going to be going through your mind? Are you going to be able to take time to kind of soak it in?
Yeah, that's my main concern, is to not get caught up in the whole week, and to take care of everything that I need to take care of. But once we get to Sunday, just be in the moment, just be there, in real time, and not worry about anything else. Get lost in that moment and just try to almost memorize it, just take in everything that's happened, memorize everything that's going to happen to me that day, all the different reactions, all the different emotions that I'm going to go through. I'm just hoping that I have a photographic memory that can just take down all this awesome stuff that's happening and just be in the moment and just enjoy it. It's hard, when you have, the amount of pressure and the responsibility and something as big as WrestleMania. But if I can just, calm my nerves and be in the moment, it's going to be the best day of my life.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for taking time to join us. And I don't know if you remember, but you actually came into our studio, WTOP, in Washington D.C. Probably about a year ago or so. But this might.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. We might. This might be one of the last times we talk to you without a belt around your waist. So hopefully that works out for you.
Hopefully we change that very soon.
All right. Hey, we'll come back and talk to us again once you're champ.
All right, buddy. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks. That's Roman Reigns on WTOP.
Thanks so much for joining us on Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Remember to hit the subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.